you need a side hustle. Take it from somebody who did not have a side hustle and life happened. Life what? Repeat after me. Life happened. 2020, life showed me what we refer to in Cameroon as life showed us wing. Like we saw wing in 2020. Prior to 2020, we were very comfortable. You know, oh, I have my job, registered nurse. Leo had his job as well. He was working full time. He was in school full time, you know, and we had our babies. Life wasn't too complicated, you know, but who thinks about, oh, you could get sick, the baby could get sick. You don't really want to think about those things, right? But you need to think about those things, especially if you're in the diaspora. Like I always say, there are certain kind of risks that maybe people that are back home can take, right? Maybe you know that, okay, if something happens with the snap of a finger, you have help. You know, you have literally neighbors or family members that can even come from the village or from wherever to come help you. Yeah, in the abroad. In the abroad, you will see what? You will see, okay? So you better start having your plan B. You better start having that side hustle in place, because it's not about life may happen. Take it from somebody that life happened to. And when life happened, it took me unawares. It took my husband and I unawares, right? Like, 'cause I was pregnant. It was regular pregnancy. It wasn't even like my first pregnancy. I had been pregnant before. So this was my third baby, right? But we're talking about peak of COVID season, you know, and all of that stuff. Okay, I got COVID. A lot of people got COVID. Did I think it was going to be complicated? Did I think I'll end up in the ICU? Did I think I'll be off work for as long as I was off work for? Did I think my baby would be in the NICU for as long as she was in the NICU for? Did I think Leo would have to be off work to take care of our other kids? We did not factor all of those things, right? And by the time we knew it, savings were depleted, and our checking account was looking like the Sahara Desert, like not just dry, crispy. It was looking crispy, okay? So that was when it really hit us, like, okay, yeah, that plan B that we've been talking about, that we've been procrastinating. And that's why some of you guys that have, you know, you were connected on WhatsApp as well. This is one thing that I talk about at least once a week. You need a plan B. You need a side hustle. Do not be too comfortable with your main hustle. It's foolhardy. Like, I'm sorry, this may come across as, you know, like, why is she? I'm helping you, and one day you'll thank me. It is foolhardy to just depend on your job. It is foolhardy. It is not smart. It is not wise. Okay? Get you a plan B in place, and preferably a plan B that can go concurrently with your main hustle. So like in my case, 2020, all of those things happened. 2021, you know, I had the baby, she was in the NICU and all of that good stuff. By the time we both got discharged from the hospital, my husband and I were like, okay, we need to put a plan B in place. It was almost like emergency. You know how you go through a season, right? And you know that there's one thing that you're supposed to learn from that season. That was the one thing that we picked from that season that we went through. Like, we cannot just continue depending on our main hustle. So there was this, we have to do it now. We cannot put it off to tomorrow. And thank God, you know, I always say this, thank God for my coach, Lucy. I saw her post that she made about this digital business, and that's how I even knew that something like this existed. You know, so I reached out to her, very skeptical. So if you're one of those who is skeptical, it's not new. Like, some of us were holding placards for skepticism. So you being skeptical, you saying, oh, all of this online stuff, we've said that before, and we are here now. So it's not news, okay? Being skeptical is not a bad thing. Being skeptical is normal, right? Because all that means is you do not have enough information. You don't have all the information to make the determination on whether or not it is for you. So I took that step, got more information from her. By the time I watched the 90-minute webinar, you know, sign up fee was just $149. I was like, $149, that's initial sign-up fee, that's not bad, right? And they're even offering a 30-day money-back guarantee to say, okay, if within these 30 days, before you officially get started, you know, with your coaching and all of that good stuff, you decide it's not for you, you can get back your initial sign-up fee. So I knew for sure that I literally had nothing to lose. But check out this opportunity that seemed like what we're looking for. And guess what? By the time I signed up, got all of the information, it was more than what we're looking for. I officially started this business April of 2021. That was the beginning of the best years of my life. That was the beginning of the best years of my life. Because within a year, I've said this before, it's like a song, and I will never get tired of saying it. Like, to some of you that are like, oh, we've heard this before, you will hear it again and again. In fact, I'm about to compose a song with my story. Just kidding, guys. But you will keep hearing it over and over and over and over again, okay? So within a year of launching the business, I was able to quit both my nursing jobs. I'm talking about not just one, two. Because by the time I was officially launching the business, I had gone back to work for maternity leave and started a second nursing job. So I was that person that was, you know, leaving one job, coming home, ensure that everything was good, and then we are going back to the next job. I was that person. And I knew that it was not sustainable. It was not sustainable. With 3 children, all under the age of 5. Like, that was crazy, right? So I went into the business, hit the ground running. Within a year, I was able to quit both nursing jobs. And since February of 2022, I've not worked as a registered nurse. Yeah, I haven't. And I have not worried about, to be honest, like, I'm not worried about finances either, because God has blessed. Oh my goodness, this business has been an answer to prayer. That's the only way I can say it, right? And when I tell people, like, we're making consistent 5 figures on a monthly basis. Consistent 5 figures means what? In US dollars, at least 10,000 US dollars every single month from our business, right? And when I say that to people, like, a lot of people cannot wrap their heads around it. Are you talking about Naira, or you're talking about France CFA, or like dollars? How? But if you understand digital marketing, if you understand the potential of digital marketing, guys, then it won't even come as a surprise. We have people in our business community making 6 figures. We have people in our business community making $100,000 and above in a month. I'm not talking about in a year or in 2 years or I'm talking about in 1 month, people making 100,000 US dollars and above. Okay, when you understand the potential of digital marketing, because literally, you know how they say the world is your oyster. The world is your oyster. The only limitation you have in terms of your potential clientele is your mind. That's why a lot of people, when they face difficulty and everything, I'm like, check your mind. A lot of times the hold up or the speed breaks are in your mind. And this is a business where you're provided with the tools, you're provided with the resources, you're provided with the training, you're provided with the support, to help you win. So literally, I call it business in a box. I call it plug and play system, because you have all incredible structure that has been set up for you. I have seen a lot of, before we decided on this one, we have seen a couple of other opportunities where you have to figure out in terms of the structure yourself, right? You have to figure out, maybe you need to contact somebody to help you with your website. That's if you even have a website. You need to figure out like your third-party providers by yourself. You need to contact somebody to maybe build a sales funnel for you. With this business, it comes, the opportunity comes with all of that. And that was a game changer for me, because when I started the business, I wasn't tech savvy like that, right? I mean, I was a registered nurse. I knew like our EMR at the hospital, and I knew how to put in my patient information. But I wasn't tech savvy like that, to the point where I'll be like, hey, I can be an online business owner. I can be a digital marketer. I had to learn. But because the training is so good, I was able to, within 2 weeks, right, go through the training, launch, hit the ground running, and my business took off. Praise God, right? So again, there are opportunities out there. If you're one of those people that keep saying things like, oh, all of these online business things are scams, I'm sorry for you. Because we came back from vacation late last night, and we met these are checks. I don't have to do this, but again, I've told you guys, I'm on social media not to play games. I'm on social media not to idle around. I'm on social media not to watch other people live their lives. I'm on social media for two things. I'm on social media as a child of God, and I'm on social media as a business owner. I'm not on social media to play games. So to so many of you that are like, oh, where's the proof? Here, these are checks. These are not empty envelopes, and I'm not going to show you like all the information on the check or whatever. But here, right? This is a bunch of checks, right? That came in the past 3 weeks that we were away. I haven't even been able to count it, because like I told you guys at the beginning of this video, I'm so tired. Jet lag is real, everything. I haven't even been able to count. Can somebody help me guess in the comment section? Please help me guess how many checks are in this bundle. Help me guess how many checks are in this one. I haven't even had the time or the energy to be able to count to see how many checks are in here. But this is a lot. This is a lot of checks. And we were gone for 3 weeks, guys. And before leaving, we were in Texas. 2 days before we left, we were in Texas for another business award that I got. And in that business award, in the financial package that they gave us for that award, it was about 24,000 US dollars. 2 days before we traveled. 2 days before we traveled. And 3 weeks now that we were away, we come back to this. These are checks. 2 days before we traveled, we got an award, and the checks in the award that we got were about 24,000 US dollars. And then 3 weeks later, what else can I say? How else can I explain to you the potential of the online space? Again, I've been doing this 3 years. 3 years is not a long time. 3 years is not a long time. There are people that are in jobs for 10, 20, 30 years, right? And they're still not even sure of what they're going to get when they retire, if they'll still be able to sustain their standard of living when they retire. There are people that invest the best years of their lives in jobs that they do not have any guarantee that some of the people, I had a coaching call with a lady, and she told me she was in a job. I think she said she was in a job for like 15 years or so. And this is like a slightly older lady. So she was nearing retirement, and just about a year or two to when she was supposed to retire, quote unquote comfortably from that job because she had been, betting on that. She had been hoping on being able to retire from that. She got laid off. Just like that, like no warning, like they didn't even tell her. You know how sometimes they can even warn you, maybe give you like a month or two notice and everything. She said she woke up in the morning, tried to log in, and she didn't have access. And she got an email, oh, you and so number of people have been laid off, just like that. A job that she had been in 10 to 15 years. That is why I will sing this song till, like, as long as God gives me a voice and God has given me breath in my nostrils, I will sing this song. There are two things you should not go through life without: Jesus and a side hustle. And when I'm talking about a side hustle, I'm not talking about another job. I'm talking about something with your own name on. Something that your children can one day inherit. Something that your spouse can one day inherit. Build it. Build it with reckless abandon. Build it with even more commitment than you're putting on that job that is not even your father's company, or that is not even your company. I always tell people this. When I started this business, right? And this is the God honest truth. When I started this business, I was doing 2 nursing jobs, but I was more committed, mentally and otherwise in my business. It just makes sense. It's common sense. Why will I be more committed in a job that I don't know if next month or next tomorrow I'll be fired from, or they'll just casually lay me off for one reason or another? Why will I be more committed to that than to a business that has my daughter's name on it? My business is called Kisheri Digital. Kisheri is my third daughter's middle name. Her name is Kisheri. That's the one that we call Kiki. It doesn't get more personal than that. Why will I be more committed in building somebody else's thing that has their name on it than I will be when it comes to building something that my children will one day inherit? Make it make sense. So again, I don't want to make this a very long video. I really just wanted to inspire somebody. You guys, like, I've just been in, you know how they say La La Land? I've just been in La La Land. Like, we arrived, I was so tired and everything. I'm like, let's check and see what came in. Guys, how? But again, like, I know the how, right? Do you want to know the how? Do you want to know the how? Because I know the how. I'm saying how, but I know the how. So especially for you guys that are in the diaspora, oh my goodness, if you're in the diaspora and you're still playing hopscotch, and doing, oh, I'm a nurse, I'm an IT engineer, I'm a medical doctor, I'm a banker, I don't need a side hustle. My sister, my brother, will I lie to you? You need a side hustle. You need a side hustle. Build it concurrently with, I'm not saying you should quit your main hustle, or I'm not saying that, but give yourself the option, right? Like, if you, just like how we just took off and went on vacation, you should be able to do that. It should not be at the behest of, a boss, or at the behest of somebody. You have to beg them. No, like, be able to take off when you need to take off. When you feel like you need a break, when you feel like you need, a different environment for you and your kids, you should be able to take off and not worry about finances, not worry about, will I come back and meet my job, not worry about, like, life is good. Life is good, and it can be good for you too. The reason why I'm very vocal about this, the reason why, like, under normal circumstances, I will not be on here like showing you guys but I've been called to the marketplace. So this is beyond just me, running my business. I have been called to the marketplace. I'm a marketplace. I'm scared to use this word, but anyhow, marketplace evangelist. I've been called to the marketplace. Okay, so if you're listening to this and you do not have a side hustle, you need a side hustle. Especially some of you all that are in the diaspora, if you have a family, if you have all of those extra hours, when will you rest? All of those extra hours, or 2, 3 jobs, I've been there, I've done it. So I can tell you from a place of personal experience, it's not sustainable. It is not sustainable. Because the rate at which you're going, like, let me just tell you for free, the rate at which you're going, you will break down. You know how they say, body not be firewood, body not be firewood. The rate at which you're going, you will break down. And that same money that you are working like there's no tomorrow, you will have to use that same money to treat yourself. And while you're away, because of the breakdown, they're not going to be paying you for free.